the devil comes to you, right? And so I'll give you $100 million, but I want you to turn your back on God. Would you turn your back on God, or will you take that $100 million?
You know, in Hollywood and in the industry and the stuff we do, there's a lot of like insider secrets to keeping your career going.
I'm telling you facts. Hear it. This industry is not what it seems to be. Listen, this is a rapper. You got 200 followers. I bet you there's rappers in here right now that can rap way better than you. You can rap way better than me. You will never be where I'm at because this industry is rigged. It's rigged.
Everything else is crap. I promise you.
I believe that I had to become a famous, idea.
Yeah.
And get all the stuff that people dream about, and accomplish a bunch of things that that look like success.
Everything around us that we call life was made up by people that are no smarter than you.
And it looks great. I mean, it looks great when you got a cool car and you got good, nice clothes, and and you've done something that people admire, But it can never fulfill you. You can never be happy. You know what I mean? It's not where happiness comes from.
I so badly want to be Catherine Hudson that I don't even want to look like Katy Perry anymore sometimes.
Okay.
The whole idea of celebrity and fame has become really convoluted.
I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. Lisa came with a few toys like a Happy Meal.
Yeah, well, sometimes they don't want to, and they're, Gaga, we can't get, the frequency's weird, and, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna...
I've seen so many people, forsake their moral code and their value systems just for a little bit of fame, and it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's really not worth it.
In the music industry, it's still very much this exploitative thing. It's still very much people signing their life away, the old deal with the devil stuff. That is still going on. It's unbelievable in this day and age that is still going on.
So one night I was in my home studio, and it had to be like 8 to 10 people off in there. And we had beats and stuff playing in the background and everything. That's how we used to do it, everybody doing what they do, smoking, drinking, and everything. And actually, it came down to it that dudes actually started being used by demonic spirits, and these spirits started speaking through them, devils started speaking through them, talking to me, asking me, if I was gonna sell my soul, telling me what I needed to do to take my career to the next level in darkness. I mean, dudes actually came up to me holding wads of money, saying, man, don't you want to make all this money?
You stupid bitch. You talking about my beads. Devil worshiping beads. Cool. You hear me? But if you're a Christian, your Bible says you're supposed to love God, your neighbor as yourself, and your enemy. So if you're commanded to love me if I want to serve the devil. Are you a hypocrite?
A rapper kicks a female fan in the chest hard at a Polk County nightclub, and controversial video of the incident is blowing up online. Holly Bounds joins us now live from Lakeland outside Rumors nightclub. Holly?
Well, good evening to you, Jen. About 400 fans piled in here Friday night to see rapper Kevin Gates, but one who made it to the front row walked away in pain and headed to the hospital. A starstruck fan struck by the star himself. This video of a Lakeland teen getting a forceful kick from rapper Kevin Gates Friday.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I made a bargain with it, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my hand.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And this earth, and then in the world we can't see.
You ever look at music that you've written and look back at it and say, whoa, that surprised me?
I used to. I don't do that anymore. I don't know how I got to write those songs.
What do you mean you don't know how?
Well, those early songs were like almost magically written. Darkness at the break of noon, shadows even the silver spoon, a handmade blade, a child's balloon.
Eclipses both the sun and moon. To understand, you knew too soon. There's no sense in trying.
married to the city, you're a virgin. And Jesus can't save you, life starts when the church ends. Jesus can't save you, life starts when the church ends. Jesus can't save you, life starts when the church ends.
Aleister Crowley, the man who called himself the Beast 666, black magician, drug fiend, sex addict, and traitor to the British people.
I want none of your faint approval or faint dispraise. To hell with Christianity, rationalism, Buddhism. I want blasphemy, murder, rape, revolution, anything bad or good, but strong.
Crowley had hoped to get his disciples into influential positions in America to influence the masses. One such disciple was former Harvard professor turned drug guru Timothy Leary. Timothy Leary, the defunct Harvard professor, led the drug revolution in the 1960s as he handed out mescaline and LSD like it was candy to the youth. This in turn opened up the hippie youth of the West to the pagan demonic gods of the East, who were also promoted by Aleister Crowley. We can see here that Timothy Leary is under a painting which bears the number of the Antichrist, 666, who is prophesied to rule the world until he's destroyed by Christ at Armageddon. Timothy Leary claimed that he came to the realization that he was to usher in Crowley's new age when he was using Crowley's tarot cards. Leary asked the question, who am I and what is my destiny? Leary claims that he then cut to the Ace of Disc. Robert Anton Wilson declared, this shows a large disc bearing the Greek letters to Megatherion, the great beast. Leary interpreted this to mean that he is Crowley reborn and is supposed to complete the work Crowley began. On a PBS interview, Timothy Leary let his hair down and admitted that he was carrying on Satanist Aleister Crowley's work and that the 1960s is when the plan began to come to fruition.
Well, I've been an admirer of Aleister Crowley. I think that I'm carrying on much of the work that he started over 100 years ago, and I think the 60s themselves. You know, Crowley said he was in favor of finding your own self and do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, under love. It was a very powerful statement. I'm sorry he isn't around now to appreciate the glories that he started.
As Satan guided Crowley, Crowley declared that his writings were to be, quote, circulated among the young, end quote. Crowley predicted that America would pick up, quote, a few axioms on which a working majority can agree, a few dogmas which it could rally. Do what thou wilt, of course, became do your own thing, and if it feels good, do it in the 1960s. Timothy Leary came up with a few of his own.
He looked out at that crowd and he said, turn on, tune in, that's right, and drop out.
Turn on, tune in, and drop out. We're turned on, and we're tuned in, and we're very dropped out. Turn on, tune in, and drop out.
Turn on, tune in, and drop out became turn on, tune in, and take over. As the easily led, Crowleyan youth culture was deceived into believing that they had received spiritual enlightenment, when in fact they had swung the door open to Satan and his plan to destroy the world. Satan had effectively slipped in his destructive teachings to undermine traditional moral values through the cloak of a supposed anti-materialistic peace movement. Crowley taught that his satanic doctrine should be cloaked under the lie of love, and he believed the youth would fall for it. If Timothy Leary was Crowley's drug guru of the 1960s, Leary dubbed John Lennon and the Beatles as the four evangelists. The Beatles wrote the song Come Together as a campaign song for Leary's hopeful presidential bid that, thank God, never got off the ground.
Sold my soul to the devil, and the price was cheap. And yo, it's cold on this level, cause it's twice as deep.
It's not making deals with the devil, and I know it's gonna get me in trouble.
Wow, Ariana Grande has got a real problem with demons, she told Complex magazine. Apparently, she went to a haunted cemetery called Stull Cemetery near Kansas City.
And it's actually supposedly one of the gateways to hell, supposed gateways to hell. And this is what she said happens. I felt this sick, overwhelming feeling of negativity over the whole car, and we smelled sulfur, which is the sign of a demon.
Who knew?
She said, this is scary, let's leave. I rolled down the window before we left and said, we apologize. We didn't mean to disrupt your peace. Then I took a picture, and there are 3 super distinct faces in the picture. They're faces of textbook demons.
That is so creepy.
It is super creepy.
And especially because she also says that she took the picture and she tried to send it to her manager, but it wouldn't download because it said it was too many megabytes. In fact, It was 666 megabytes, which is supposedly
the mark of the beast.
That's right.
And now Ariana is obviously very passionate about this demon encounter. She actually had a whole folder on her phone entitled Demons, but when the interviewer asked to see it, she said she had actually deleted it because so many crazy occurrences were happening.
Well, and she said that supposedly this Stall Cemetery is so known to be haunted that even the Pope wouldn't fly over it on his way to Colorado. However, that turns out to have been an urban myth. There was supposedly an article written in Time magazine about it, and we checked. No such article ever existed.
Ariana also said that she felt like the demons followed her back home. She had an encounter where she was sleeping, where she saw this black figure over her bed. She didn't want to feed the fear. She thought it was there. It wanted to scare her. So she just called her friend and she fell asleep on the phone. When she woke up, the room was demon-free.
Hold on, let me explain something to them real quick. Before everybody starts screaming and saying, oh, like I told y'all earlier, you motherfuckers enter the rapture. And if ain't nobody flying up to heaven right now, obviously all y'all motherfuckers going to hell. Right with me. So, let's get it. Oh, you already here. I'm so sorry. You can't get out. You're stuck. It's over. You heard the song a million times and you didn't even know.
Are you a demon? No, but I have demonic energy. Oh, I may be a demon. I don't know. You tell me.
Why is your hand over your eye?
Because I'm a devil worshiper. What are you talking about?
All right, well, I have tickets to see the devil worshiper.
Well, needless to say, sold myself.
Roman is a crazy boy who lives in me. And he says the things that I don't want to say. He was born, just a few months ago. I think he was born out of rage. He was conceived in rage. So he bashes everyone. And he threatens to beat people, and he's violent.
That must be nice to have like an ignorant loudmouth who you can just sort of blame every...
He wants to be blamed. I don't want to blame him. I ask him to leave, but he can't. He's here for a reason. People have brought him out. People conjured him up. Now he won't leave.
It's my father, the Pale Emperor.
He is?
Listen here. At age 27, I will leave this earth for this man right here. He's the Pale Emperor.
human rights, and it's right and wrong at this point, and I can't see another commercial and see her disguising these policies behind the words Tennessee Christian values. Those aren't Tennessee Christian values. I live in Tennessee. I am Christian. That's not what we stand for.
God is real, and God lives inside of me and inside of all of us. And it doesn't matter where I am. I know that, and I feel it.
Beyonce's ex-drummer of 7 years, she is seeking a restraining order against Beyonce. She's accusing her of dark magic, witchcraft, tapping into her phone bill, and basically controlling her finances, harassing her. She's saying the Beyonce camp is put up a huge harassment campaign against her, and it's overall witchcraft. She sought a restraining order in the past. It got denied, and she has another one scheduled for October 11th.
One question, you were speaking about why haven't they killed you yet, or things like that. I wanted to speak about Illuminati, and if you believe in that, if it's infiltrated hip-hop, and a lot of people say like Jay-Z, Kanye West, they have affiliations with that, and when you reach a certain level in hip-hop, that they approach you. I'm wondering if anybody has approached you on that, if you're working with them, because some people I've heard say they believe KRS-One is a Mason or something like that, and if you didn't mind speaking on that, and what your thoughts are.
Yeah, well, where do I start? No, I'm not a Mason. Let's start there. I studied Freemasonry, though. Studied for about 20, coming up on 20 years now. Studied Freemasonry. I've known Freemasons all my life. They trust me with their secrets. They trust me with their symbols. They trust me with their knowledge. I'm considered a 33-degree Master Mason, but I'm not a Mason. I'm sort of what you would call an honorary member because I understand the truth.
The oath comes first, and here it is. This is taken from an official Masonic publication, not intended for the public. This is Duncan's Ritual of Freemasonry. In brief, I, of my own free will and accord, do hereby promise and swear that I will never reveal any of the secrets, arts, parts, point, or points of the Master Macer's degree to any person or persons whomsoever. This I solemnly, sincerely promise and swear, under no less penalty than having my body severed in two, my bowels taken out and burnt to ashes, so no more remembrance be had of so vile and wicked a wretch as I, should I ever violate my Master Mason's obligation.
They trust me with their secrets. They trust me with their symbols. They trust me with their knowledge.
Do hereby promise and swear that I will never reveal
I'm sort of what you would call an honorary member because I understand the truth.
Even the Freemasons are arms of what they're doing. They have programs where they give money to children and to hospitals, and they do so much good, but it's to hide what they're doing that's bad. A lot of these people believe that the good outweighs the bad, so they can do bad and good and achieve things in the world. When you're in these organizations and you become a 32nd degree Freemason, you learn that the light that you were chasing is the light from the light bearer, Lucifer. So a lot of these guys that are lower ranks, they go to church on Sunday. They have no idea what they're part of. And, the Bible does warn not to be part of secret societies, not to do things in secret. When they join these societies, they do a mock murder of themselves. It's ritualistic. And Jesus warned us of these things, and so did the Bible. So those Christians who are members and are attending church and are members of these Freemason boards, they are sinning because they are disobeying the Bible by participating in these programs. And I don't mean to offend people. A lot of people are like, my grandpa was a good man. He was a Freemason. My dad, my uncle. I get it. A lot of people spend their whole life and never do nothing wrong. But it is what it is. They put these people in the places they want, and they have to do what they're told. It's as simple as that. You got the Shriners Hospital for Children. They do a lot of good things. That they believe the good outweighs the bad. That's why a lot of the programming, the music and stuff that's done by Illuminati figures, which is actually above the Freemasons, they'll be standing on black and white checkered floors because they believe that the black is the bad and the white is the good, and that they balance each other. You will also notice that the Pope stands on a checkered floor too, but his is white and red blocks because he believes that the red blocks and the white blocks counterbalance each other. There's so many symbols and signs that are in front of you that if you open your eyes and if you look, you would see what's really going on around you, and you'd see that they're warnings. And that the Bible and Jesus warns us of these things.
You know what I'm saying? My questions that I had within myself began to be answered. And I knew that if those demonic spirits was real, if the devil was real, you know what I'm saying, and he was offering me a way, then I knew that God was real.
This industry is not what it seems to be. Listen, this is a rapper, you got 200 followers. You will never be where I'm at because this industry is rigged. It's rigged.
this music industry is a God blessing, you need to stop it. God don't like that we in this music business. God don't like that we talking about money, cars, and clothes and hoes. So if you want to be in this music industry and you want to get money, understand what it comes with. That it's not from God, it's from the devil. Understand? I just want you to understand that, you know, because I don't want y'all to get lost in the sauce and complain what y'all going through and why y'all going through it. Period. It's not from God. Stop saying it's a God blessing. It's not from God. It's from the devil. He gives you what you want so you can destroy yourself.
What is happening in Hollywood?
I can tell you that the number one problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia. That's the biggest problem for children in this industry.
Former child star Elijah Wood says Hollywood has a seedy underbelly of child sex abuse and that those responsible are being protected by the entertainment industry elite.
The casting couch even applies to children.
Oh yeah. Not in the same way. It's all done under the radar.
Nobody talks about pedophilia.
It's the big secret. I was surrounded by them when I was 14 years old. Surrounded. Literally. Didn't even know it. It wasn't until I was old enough to realize what they were and what they wanted and what they were about and the types of people that were surrounding me till I went, oh my God, they were everywhere like vultures.
This is the sign of the horns. A curse sign, the two fingers extended. This way, spread apart for sort of shotgun blast. The other one's, one of them's the pox sign, that's three fingers extended. A pox on you? A pox on you. During the Middle Ages, this was... Oh, yes.
Growing up, my mom raised me as a Christian, but as I was growing up, there was so many weird Christians that I came across that was like, I don't think I want to be a Christian.
Sinatra, so I try to live up to that. I get possessed by the spirits. I get possessed by the spirits.
I live in Tennessee. I am Christian. That's not what we stand for. I am Christian. That's not what we stand for.
I have mastered every mode of my mind and made myself a morality more severe than any other in the world. 1,000 years from now, the world will be sitting in the sunset of Crowleyanity.
So what is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. That's bullshit. These people are not crazy. They're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick.
I've got one that can see.
I think our society is run by insane people for insane objectives. You know? And I think that's what I sussed when I was 16 and 12 way down the line. But I expressed it differently all through my life. It's the same thing I'm expressing all the time, but now I can put it into that sentence that I think we're being run by maniacs for maniacal ends, you know.
To a human future is in our own imaginations.
Nobody does it like OTT TV.